Have you ever found yourself getting so comfortable in your environment that you just really don't pay attention to your surroundings or what you're even doing? Well, I was reminded of this very recently as I went out to lunch with a bunch of people, and I'm sitting there having a conversation with the lady next to me, and she looks down and she sees my big honking purse just wide open, unzipped, right in the aisleway there. And yes, I was embarrassed because that's not typically me, especially when I travel. It's just odd to think that when I get in my own surroundings, maybe in my own neighborhood, how laxed I get regarding safety. And so it got me to thinking about, when we travel, I make that shift. And it's so different mentally that we approach, how we protect our belongings when we travel, and came up with some strategies for you of how to keep your money safe while traveling. Welcome to Solo Travel Adventure. This is Cheryl Esch, your host, giving you some strategies on how to keep your money safe while traveling. Now, obviously, my example of leaving my purse wide open, sitting on the floor in an aisleway is the worst example, right? We don't obviously want to do that. And so thinking about keeping your finances safe while you're traveling solo is really important because you don't want to get stuck somewhere without any means to, whether it's to, get yourself flying home or to purchase food or accommodations while you're traveling. So first things first, speaking of purses, I want you, before you go on your next trip, to find yourself purchase a purse, backpack, or a crossbody bag that is anti-theft proof. And there's many out there on the market. And my favorite, and I've been using it for probably almost 2 years now. I love it's called a Wonder bag, and it's a crossbody bag. What I love about it is it fits a lot of stuff, but it also lays very flat against my body. I've seen many of those crossbody bags that kind of, bulge out. They're like big and round or something. And this Wonder purse actually can go under my jacket or under my, like if I have a zip up, zip up, I can put it under there so I can access it easily. So it's convenient. It's got several pockets. It's got a slot for my phone. It is reinforced zippers and stainless steel clasp, and it's anti-theft. So find one that works for you. I tried a few out, and this one was what I landed on, and I love it. I sometimes even use it for my day-to-day. But in the example I gave earlier, obviously I had one of my big purses going on that day. Travel and Leisure actually just put out an article, March 2025, so this month, of a variety of anti-theft bags that you can also look to see if any of those suit your fancy. I'll see if I can link that article in the show notes if it'll allow me. Okay. So look for that and find one that works for your body that you love. Number 2, you're going to want to get an RFID wallet. Reason being is this blocks scammers from using an RFID reader to scan your credit card information. And I've even heard that they could scan your passport. So this type of wallet, or if you find a purse or backpack or crossbody bag that is also RFID protection, that has that special coating that blocks the scanner, it blocks those radio waves. That's what they use to scan your information. And all they need to do is they just need to rub shoulders with you. And as you travel, you're rubbing shoulders with a lot of people. So this would be a good idea to get that, especially if you're, taking your credit cards, you want to keep them safe. Number 3, some people don't agree with this one, but I am a huge believer in having a money belt. I travel with it all the time, and some people like them, some people don't. But for me, having my money on me, but also hidden, just makes me feel safer. And there are, money belts that are also, if you need to use your money belt to also put maybe your passport in and maybe a credit card, there are some that are RFID also protected. So you can look for those. You wear it, my money belt, I wear under my clothes, and I use it to keep most of my stuff in there. But going to point number 4, if you use a money belt or you have a purse, or whatever you're using, your wallet, you do want to keep things separate. So for example, I always travel with 2 credit cards. That's in case one gets stolen or one gets, there's fraud on it, or I get some reason the bank wants to block me from purchasing anything, right? They decline it. I have my second backup. However, I don't keep them together when I travel. I put them in separate spots. So, for example, I may keep one in my money belt and then one in my crossbody bag. Likewise, if you have money, if cash, you're going to want to spread that out, meaning don't keep it all in your money belt, or don't keep it all in your wallet, or don't keep it all in your purse. Kind of spread it out. Also, you don't want to be showing your money belt. So you want to keep some cash and your credit card accessible. So keeping it accessible where you can easily pull it out and not display or expose that you have this money belt around your waist. Or there's ones that you can wear on your neck too. Then you don't want people to know that. So you keep some money handy so that if you go to a store, you don't have to be lifting your shirt up or, digging around to find that money in your money belt or even your credit card. And if you get to a point where you've forgotten to do that, for example, when I fly, before I get off the plane, if I don't have it on me at that point, I will go in the bathroom and make sure I put my money belt on me before I disembark and go through customs and stuff. So that would be one way to just keep your money safe from being exposed. And then final point is, while you are traveling, you do want to keep an eye on all your accounts to ensure that there is no fraud. For example, maybe you did scan your credit card somewhere and that place maybe has a credit card scanner that could utilize your number somewhere else. So you want to keep a track of, keep looking at your accounts, make sure the purchases look correct, and it is something that you have done. So it's important to keep our finances and our money safe while we travel so that you are not just left with nothing. Actually, just recently, just a gentleman that I follow on Instagram, he was recently, I think, in California, and he had his wallet stolen, and so everything was in it, and so he didn't have money he was trying to get back home, and so luckily, he did have his phone. He had some people kind of send him some money, but all that is really a hassle, right? When you're traveling, and you're not always maybe in a place where you could possibly maybe have money wired. Maybe you're in a remote place or a place where there's not that many banks. So you want to make sure you secure all your finances for your travels. So get out there, sisters, and have that adventure. But of course, be safe.